comes the music.
Disco music reincarnated with an R&B touch to it.
Usually it's like revive old 70s music or something like that. And it's just something you feel and it's good. And it's from Chicago, really.
I think Chicago. That's where I think it's from. You know, we got all the boys here. They throwing down here, you know, and they say New York and everything. They got it going on there too, but I think it started here.
If you don't like to dance, it's nothing you're gonna listen to, that's for sure.
Dance anything, just give me a beat and I'll dance.
It's your world and I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut to move your butt to the dance floor. So yo, what's up? Hands in the air. Come on, say yeah. Everybody over here, everybody over there. The crowd is live and I will do this too. Party people in the house, move.
I think house music sounds kind of synthetic at times and really repetitive. It all starts sounding alike after a while.
So dance music makes you dance. And, you know, people that like to dance a lot will like house music. You like to dance and, you know, move your body. House music can make you sweat if you really like the music.
I don't really think you can define house music. I mean, because there's such a wide variety of different kinds of music.
So listen to the music at home and let the music come through me and start dancing.
And I think it's just a phenomenon whose time has come.
House. No-frills dance music that is taking the world by storm. It's distinguished by a throbbing bass, a percolating synth riff, and a driving percussion beat. When mixed by the right DJ or house master, the results are always the same. A night of non-stop grooving on the dance floor.
I'm a dancer here at the Paradigm. Fridays and Saturday nights, every week. I've been dancing for about 6 years. Really, I've enjoyed dancing since I was 5 years old, always dancing around. I like dancing all kinds of music, house, deep house, rap. I can dance anything, just give me a beat and I'll dance. It's my joy, it's my love. I love to do it, you know. To parties a lot, and that was about 4 or 5 years ago when I started dancing a lot, and I heard it and I could get on beat to it, fell into it, I liked it. I practice by myself and I have a group which is called Down to House, and we all practice together and everything, come up routines, it's real nice. So I dance with Leda, and it's another girl in the group, Jenny, and 2 boys, Dorian and Keith. And when we get together, it ain't no stopping us.
Watch out. We're going to
So, what got a deal you wanna know? Delightful, truly delightful, like making it, doing it, especially at a show. Feeling kinda high like a Hendrix bass. Music makes motion moves like a
How do you think your dance?
Well, I have them come in, give us a little routine or something, and if I've been around and I've seen dancers all over the place, and sometimes they can be a little bit too much and not enough. The ones I pick are the ones with the life and get the crowd going and get people out there to try to dance with them and just be around them because they're so good. But I feel that house music is very important to any dance club. It's definitely, it adds a real nice beat to it. People get out there, they can really move their body and enjoy themselves.
I like upbeat music. I'm not excluding all different kinds of music. I love all different kinds. And when I'm in the mood for something that's going to be uplifting, upbeat, I listen to house music, yes. So it's fun. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's fun.
Some people call it house music or deep house. I call it disco. And then what it really is old 70s music with a new beat and like maybe just some chick singing a cappella and a really good beat in the background and something you can really just dance to and something with a lot of meaning and a lot of feeling and you just feel it and it's house. Show me how
DJ, mixer, MC, scratcher, housemaster. In most popular forms of music, the musicians bring the sounds to life. In house, the DJ is the artist.
My name is Bad Boy Bill. I currently work for B96. I've been DJing probably about 7 years now. I've been DJing for B96 for about the last 2 years. I started out when I was about 14 DJing just around block parties, house parties, stuff like that. I basically, did it as a hobby. It wasn't really a make money type of deal. It was just something I did for fun. I do parties like this at Northern. Tonight I was at Oakton Community College. I do parties all around the city. We've been doing live clubs, so it's going real well.
Why do I mix? Well, it started out as guys in my neighborhood. I was 13 years old when I started to mix, and it came about from me hanging around with older guys that were mixing. I was like, well, I want to learn how to do this too, because I was always into everything. And after that, it became, I liked the music a lot, and I liked being able to go in the party and make a bunch of people start dancing around and acting crazy and stuff like that. And it became fun, and then I was like looking at the money aspect of it, because such as Bad Boy Bill will be here March 1st, and he is going to get paid $600 for 1 hour's work, legally. And I was looking at that same standpoint to get to that kind of money figures. And so it's just something I do really basically for fun now instead of the money aspect. That's why I mix.
Hi, my name is House Mike, and I'm considered Northern's top DJ, most popular, #1 DJ on the campus. I'm a type of DJ, and I play 70s music. Music like OJ's, the Tramps, things like that. Real deep disco music is considered to be house. Why I think house music is so popular is basically because it's a dance music. It makes you dance. And, you know, people that like to dance a lot will like house music. You like to dance and, you know, move your body. House music can make you sweat if you really like the music.
My name is Tony V. I've been DJing for about 9 years. Graduate of DePaul University, and I'm a first-year law student. I got into records and DJing through some friends in high school, and I've been working at clubs and been interested in music for a long time. My interest in law is entertainment law, because I produce house music and I also make records.
My preference is either deep house, which is stuff like my boy over my shoulder here, George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic, basically disco.
When I first started DJing, I DJ what they call like deep house music, which is really the original house sound that came from Philadelphia. That was in the 70s. You've got groups like First Choice, Lolita Holloway, all the big singers, Martha Washington. That's where house really evolved from, and that's from Philadelphia.
The type of music they played was basically disco house music, like 70s type music, real funky, you know, dancing music.
Then you have what's popular now, which is hip house, which was created by Fast Steady around 1987, and it's a combination of hip hop and house. It has a house beat and it has rap lyrics to it, and that's became real popular, and that became DJ International's biggest selling record in 1988.
Basically, hip house is rapping over a house beat. You've got different MCs, DJ Fast Steady, Rock Steady. These guys have taken the concept of hip hop, which is a slow rap with a slow beat, and put it with house music, which is a fast, up-tempo beat that's played in clubs and played anywhere, I guess, basically, with house music over with a rapping vocal. That's basically what hip house is.
House now is basically hip house, and that's not really considered house music to me.
Acid house is just similar to a New York underground and deep house, except that it has a sound that they term acid, which is created by a rolling bassline drum computer, and it's something that's generated, and it just tends to just change the sound. And it really became popular in Europe, but right now, at this particular time and moment, it's not that popular in the United States. And it's basically on turn from acid house into a lot of new beat records that are really popular in clubs in Europe and London.
There's different type of house music, and the one I prefer is probably acid house, because it's different from a lot of other music. And now acid house is just changing more over to new beat house music.
You had a sound called Acid House, which was popular about a year ago. It was made by a DJ named DJ Pierre with a little rolling machine called a TB303. It took off in England. A lot of clubs in England were playing nothing but acid house. You go there, they'd have acid parties. And what happened was, a lot of these England people, they didn't know what acid meant, and they thought it meant a drug, and it had nothing to do with acid, the drug. It's strictly a name of a music. It sounded real weird. He just coined it acid, and that's all it was.
And I prefer New York underground because it's not really mainstream, and it still has that underground feel to it, the beats and what the music is saying and what it's doing as far as the bass lines and all that, and it's not mainstream at all.
And all these variations evolve from the main principle that DJs make the music, and it's made by drum machines, sequencers, keyboards. It's basically a DJ music that is, the DJs are the main makers of the music because they know what makes people dance. And that's the whole concept and the whole vision of why house was made and where it's going.
In the 90s, the influence of house can be seen in the clothes we wear, the compact discs we buy, and even the commercials we see daily on television. To understand where house is going, we first need to know where it came from.
House music originated in the early 70s in New York City at the Warehouse nightclub by Frankie Knuckles. It's been around ever since then, but it started as underground mostly, which means it wasn't played anywhere except in certain gay clubs. And from there, it started spreading to Chicago like at around 1979, 80. And Farley Jackmaster Funk, AKA Farley Funkin' Keith, introduced it to Chicago. So it's like a runoff between who's the godfather between Frankie Knuckles or Farley Jackmaster Funk.
House music was basically made by the DJs. You've got Steve Hurley, Chippy was the DJ, he worked at Imports. He made with a record called Time to Jack. Steve Hurley made Jack Your Body. These are the names that really were the founders. Farley Jackmaster Funk was like the main guy to start playing house music on the radio because he was on BMX and GCI. And that's how house music really evolved.
First of all, how house started, it started with Frankie Knuckles, Ron Hardy, and Farley Jackmaster Funk. From what I understand, it originated from a place called the Warehouse, and it was located on the north side.
I don't think there is much difference in style between disco of the 70s and house music of the 90s.
Let's get funky! Get down, get down. Yeah, it's those funky 70s, the hot new song collection from your friends at the 70s Preservation Society. Get down, get down.
21 of the funkiest songs from the 1970s, all on one double-length cassette or compact disc.
The major difference that comes to mind would be the fact that the instruments that are used to create the music these days are not instruments in a sense. They're not musical instruments in the sense that somebody plays them and has to have a certain amount of technical training or a musical virtuosity.
I wouldn't even classify what MTV plays as house music. I consider that top 40. Top 40 dance, stuff like Debbie Gibson, but as far as that's not house music to me at all.
I think any time that MTV gets interested in some form of music, whether it be rap or house or country and western, let's say 2 years from now, for whatever reason, I think that is going to increase the potential that that kind of music can cross over, which is what every artist wants for purposes of getting commercial success.
MC Hammer, rap star and Pepsi drinker. Well, today, he secretly replaced his Pepsi with Coke. Let's see what happens.
You don't want to be restricted to some particular group of people as your audience. You would like everybody in the United States to be interested in buying your record or listening to your song on the radio or what have you. So I think anytime MTV gets interested in something, there's going to be a much greater potential for crossover. And you can see this going back to the very first days of MTV. MTV, ever since it went on the air, has been instrumental in breaking records. I think we're probably going to see a lot more rap artists on TV, including MTV, but not only MTV anymore. You see them crossing over into TV commercials in particular.
It is now apparent that house is here to stay. It is much more than just a music form. It is an emerging socio-cultural trend.
The future of house music is basically an up-tempo type house music now. It's not really deep disco no more. It's basically made with beat machines, keyboards, and things like that. Back in the day when house was originally made, it was made from like band